Donald Trump's campaign team must disclose all pro-Russia links, Hillary Clinton's manager has said, following new allegations in the New York Times. The paper said ledgers earmarked in 12.7 meters, £9.8 million, in undisclosed cash payments from a pro-Russia political party in Ukraine to Mr. Trump's campaign head Paul Manafort between 2007 and 2012. His lawyer said Mr. Manafort had not received any such payments. Mr. Trump's ties to Russia have been a frequent topic in the U.S. election. The New York Times article says Mr. Manafort and his business played a key role in advising Ukraine's former pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych, who fled after an uprising in November 2013. It said Ukraine's National Anti-Corruption Bureau had discovered the listed payments in the ledgers of Mr. Yanukovych's then governing party of the regions, allegedly part of an illegal off-the-books system. The Bureau is also investigating business deals worth millions of dollars put together with the help of Mr. Manafort's business. However, the Bureau is yet to determine if Mr. Manafort actually received any of the 12.7 meters. The Times quoted Mr. Manafort's lawyer, Richard Hybe, as saying his client had not done so. It is difficult to respect any kind of allegation of the sort being made here to smear someone when there is no proof, and we deny there ever could be such proof. Mr. Yanukovych fled to Russia after the uprising, miring Moscow and the pro-Western government in Kiev in bitter conflict since. Russia seized and annexed the Crimea region in 2014, and violence is continuing between Ukrainian troops and pro-Russian separatists in the east of the country, where some 9,500 people have been killed in more than 2 years of clashes. Obscene messages. The Democratic Party insisted questions had to be answered given the pro-Russian President Vladimir Putin policy stances adopted by Donald Trump. Mrs. Clinton's campaign manager Robbie Mook said, Donald Trump has a responsibility to disclose campaign chair Paul Manafort's and all other campaign employees and advisors' ties to Russian or pro-Kremlin entities, including whether any of Trump's employees or advisors are currently representing and or being paid by them. The Democrats have accused the Russians of trying to aid Mr. Trump's campaign. Mr. Mook referred to Russian hackers believed to be behind a security breach that targeted key Democratic Party bodies this year. At the weekend, a hacker reportedly linked to Russia also posted personal contact information online of House Democratic leader Nancy Pelosi and hundreds of other Democratic Party officials. Mr. Pelosi said she was flooded with obscene and sick messages. After the earlier leaks, Mr. Trump drew fierce criticism for apparently inviting Russians to find emails that Mrs. Clinton had sent via a private email server, contrary to U.S. government rules, while Secretary of State. The FBI recommended no charges be brought. Mrs. Clinton says about half of the 60,000 emails have been turned over to the State Department, while the others were private. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails, Mr. Trump had said. Mr. Trump also drew fire by saying Russia would not enter Ukraine. When it was pointed out it had already annexed Crimea, he said he meant Moscow would not dare go further. Mr. Trump has seen a downturn in opinion polls recently, following a string of controversial remarks. On Sunday, he tweeted, "If the disgusting and corrupt media covered me honestly and didn't put false meaning into the words I say, I would be beating Hillary by 20%.